Yeah. All right. So welcome everyone to the AI project team. We're starting this quarter a new product system. We're starting a new product system, and this is our test run. Basically, this is our beta test run. This is based off of ACM General's product system, but this has a severe focus on AI. This will be an 8-week-long system for just the entirety of winter quarter. So what will you get out of this? You get hands-on guidance from our mentors. They're very experienced. Catherine, for example, is like a senior who's doing AI. She's researching in a lab with Gary Cotterill right now. We have Edward, who's in the SU lab, doing 3D computer vision. We have a lot of other people. And there are also some younger people, so we have a full spectrum. You get to learn new AI technologies. So this ranges from just refreshing or learning about Keras, PyTorch, TensorFlow, all the other toolkits used in Python for like NLP, computer vision, OpenCV, the NTLK, and so forth. And I'd also just have an awesome AI project, something maybe you can put on your resume if you want, or just flex on your GitHub, because AI projects are actually pretty hard to do. Most of the time, most people are just struggling to get something to work. All right, timeline. So this is what our timeline is going to be. Thank you to Judy for making this nice graphic. So week 2, which is now, we'll be releasing the application form, which you can find in our slides. Week 3, come up with a project idea. And we'll be helping you. We'll be trying to give you some themes and ideas of what you can do that's simple and it's not like a Titanic data set analysis on Kaggle. For example, converting hand movements or waves to like emojis or something is an interesting one. Recognizing if you have a mask on or not. Actually, that's actually overdone now already. But there's a lot of things you can do. Week 4, we'll be outlining a project plan. We'll be helping you outline that. So we'll doc with your team and stuff, find resources, figure out what you need to learn, what you already know, and perhaps plan out the rest of the weeks. So in week 5, we'll be starting to try to split you guys into teams and roles. We might be splitting you guys into teams earlier, depending on what happens. Since this is our first quarter, this is subject to change. But this is when we expect you guys to like start coding something or not. In week 6, you guys will be finding a data set, building a data pipeline to start processing data and stuff. Week 7, you'll be working on pre and pre-processing data, feature selection, feature engineering for future models. Yeah, and then using the model, you're gonna like do something like whether it's prediction, regression, some kind of analysis. Week 8, just finishing touches. Week 9, there'll be a project showcase. All right. Any questions about the timeline? Oh, it looks like Judy's back. She can take on from here. Is your internet working now?
So I don't have the slides with me. I'm using my iPad. So is it okay if you like navigate through?
Right. Just like
okay, cool.
Give me an indication somehow.
Okay, so this also includes weekly presentations / workshops to get you started on AI project. So in the beginning, you'll have like a presentation on how to get started on ideas, perhaps getting some of the project ideas that you can have, and then we'll introduce you to Python packages, how to collect data, and different workshops like that. And you'll have a weekly check-in Google form, so we make sure that you are on track with what we have planned, and you can also give feedback for the project team so that we can have future project teams that will make improvements. And then you'll have a bi-weekly check-in with mentor. So the bi-weekly check-in with mentor is every other week. You're checking with your mentor, maybe talk about some of the struggles or progress that you have. And then in the end, we'll have a project showcase in which we'll invite judges to judge your final project, and we will give out prizes as well. Okay, so here is what you should have. So part of what we're looking for is 5 to 10 hours every week for you to be dedicated on your project, as well as some Python packages experience. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to know everything, but it's preferred if you know some AI related software. So for example, NumPy, Pandas, Keras, PyTorch. So what we are looking for is high motivation, So you gotta be motivated, lots of interest in AI. So you are interested in AI, so you can dedicate your time into a project. Willingness to learn is always about learning, collaboration skills, and commitment. And because these are what we're looking for, if you have those traits, highlight those in your application and you'll stand out. You'll definitely stand out. Okay, so to apply, this is the project form. So if you want to take a screenshot, we'll also post it in the ACM AI Discord. This is acmurl.com/AI projects-form. And then the link will be on ACM AI Discord, and the deadline will be Monday, January 18th, 2021. So next week, Monday. And so after you get selected to the team, you'll confirm your enrollment. You'll confirm your enrollment the day after that, and then it says okay. I'll change the settings so that it's not needed permission to open.
Yeah, we'll fix that real quick.
Okay. Oh, I'm not too sure. I'll change the settings, but okay. So
yeah.
So if you have any questions, please ask, and I'll change the settings right now.
If you ask any questions, remember this is recorded, so you can come back. And yeah, these are just the links on Discord, our website, and our projects form.
Is this recorded? Because my thing, okay, cool.
How will teams be chosen? There's a final question on the form where you can put in the names of preferred teammates. So just make sure everyone in your team, the people you want to team up with, applies. We're gonna try our best to balance it to some sense. Like if you have one super strong team that everyone knows already every single thing about TensorFlow, we're probably not gonna do that. If you don't know anyone, we'll pair you up with someone that we think is motivated. How many teams will be assigned and how many people per group? So the number of people per group is still to be determined. And yes, there will be a hard cap. Because this is the first quarter, we cannot handle as much as, like right now there's 41 people in here. We can't handle all 41. We don't think we'll be able to provide a good enough experience to that, but just to know that if it goes well this quarter, we'll be doing it again next quarter, and we'll favor those who haven't done the program before. So don't worry. If you're applying for like internships in fall or something, you'll have 2 chances before fall quarter starts. As for the actual cap, so we technically have 3 pairs of mentors, or 6 mentors right now, that are working in 3 pairs. So technically we're doing 3 teams, but this might be increased or decreased based on availability. So sorry, I can't give you an exact answer right now, but if you show a good interest, you have a decent background, we will bring you on. And just a reminder, this is basically what we're looking for. High motivation, interest, willingness to learn, collaboration skills, and a ton of commitment. If you don't have enough commitment, we can't accept you. So will teams divided by skill level or some other metric? To be fair, this is still to be determined. This is the first quarter we're doing it. But I suspect what we're going to plan to do is we're going to try to keep the teams around similar level. But you can expect that everyone else in your team has the same base level. So like if X is the minimum base level required to apply, everyone's going to be greater than or equal to X.
Okay, so I think I changed the settings. Maybe try it now.
Yeah, can you try the forms again? So would we be assigned to projects or do you come with your own projects? You guys come with your own project. So we'll give you some ideas. Like some examples I already gave you guys is like converting like hand signals to like emojis or something that's like really random. Or converting, I don't know, what's another computer vision kind of thing? Had movements, not just images, to maybe arrow signs to help people with our use braille or something. Sorry, who are deaf. If you don't have any AI experience, that is generally okay, but you need to know how to code. So you need to you need to have good Python experience. I still encourage you to apply even if you don't have AI experience. It's just that it might be a little bit harder, but it doesn't mean we won't accept you. David, what sort of projects are these? Is it research? This is not research. This is just projects. Perhaps the stuff you do might be advanced enough to be considered research, but I doubt it. Implementing models to data. So yeah, you might collect your own data, but hopefully there's data online already, and perhaps the data is minimal as well.
Yeah, sorry for interrupt.
Yeah.
I was just saying that because the project length is only 8 weeks, and including the introduction, coming up with an idea, and then ending, which is showcase, is only like 6 weeks. So you have to work with something that's over 6 weeks. So collecting the data would take a large time. And if you have your personal data set, then if you already have the data set, then that would be a lot more convenient.
And for the question about like not having AI experience, we're going to have workshops, or we're going to try to have some good workshops on like relevant technologies that we think you might use. So let's say you're doing computer vision. We're probably going to show you how to use TensorFlow and Keras, which is pretty much one of the most popular deep learning libraries. And if you're doing deep learning, if you're doing computer vision, you're very likely doing deep learning, unless you're doing some more classical computer vision methods. Other things you might be teaching, setting up project pipelines. For example, if you're using TensorFlow, they have something called TensorFlow datasets, which I highly encourage you to learn, which improves your data pipeline significantly. Same thing with PyTorch, you have a thing called data loader or something. Although TensorFlow datasets is much faster, actually. Bailey, sorry, I forgot to answer the question. By commitment, do you mean able to put spare time into project or drive to learn to be involved? Both. We want to have people that are definitely going to come back really motivated to keep working on this project. And I don't want to say spare time. I want to say this is just time you set aside. If it's just spare time, it might be an indication that you're not that interested. Yeah. And also, don't worry if you don't get accepted this quarter. We're doing it again next quarter, probably. If it works well this quarter, and also next quarter is going to be better. We're going to learn from this first quarter, and we'll figure out how to structure even better next quarter. All right, links. A reminder, due next Monday, midnight. Any other questions? Judy, do you want to talk about anything or give your own thoughts on some of these questions?
Okay, so commitment to being able to spare time into a project. Okay, so usually what comes up with project teams is that people seem very interested, and then in the end, it's really hard to like connect with your teammates, especially if people don't respond to messages and stuff. So if you actually like got into the team, remember that because your application stood out, you are like you're having this opportunity. So definitely like take use of that. So so you actually like work together. I would suggest like have maybe like every week you have your meetup, talk, just like talk about the progress or whatever, for a set number of hours, so everything would be good. Besides AI projects, does ACM have other projects open this quarter? Does ACM have other projects?
Just side projects, which is just software engineering. So you usually do like web dev apps. I don't actually know what they do anymore, but yeah, it's just development. Yeah, Sean answered that question just now. To figure out more details about that, go to the ACM general Discord, and you can ask anyone in the chat. Just ping someone that's on board. Yeah.
Yeah. So if people don't have like questions, they can start applying, and thank you for coming. And we'll be here until like everyone leaves or something like that. And if you have questions, you can also unmute yourself and ask. Oh, where's the link for application? It's on
It's on the
the
slides right now.
slides.
AI-projects-form.
So acmurl.com AI/project. Thank you. /form. Yeah. Anything else we need to know? How many projects should we talk about in the describe a project section? I guess, so I guess like describe a project section is just one project that you're most proud of. If you have like two or three projects that you're really proud of, you can also mention that. But I think describe one of the project like more detail in comparison to perhaps other projects that you have done. Are you guys also hosting this project thing next quarter, or is that still up in the air? So there's a really likely chance that we're hosting this next quarter. Unless like something really go wrong, then we might not host it. But the main plan is to host it like every quarter, so people get like continuous opportunities. I think the link is working after I changed the thing. If you want, like someone said it was working, so I think yeah.
I'm gonna stop recording now. I don't think there's any reason to keep recording now.